okay, buddy.
That's what we were
Taking out
talking
his
about, though. With
Just taking his anger out on this lobby.
SDK play every single game as if it's the final of a tournament and they're 10 points behind.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you the
Yeah.
ability to succeed in the games, that it's the final of a tournament and you are 10 points behind. Hashtag PCS1.
You know, 11, but whatever.
Oh my god. You undercut my point for 1 point on the leaderboard. You completely undercut what I was saying. This is great chemistry we have here. The great partnership. I'm glad to be here with you, Poro.
We nailed it. Absolutely killed it. Speaking of killing things, that was a awful plane, and I would not be super shocked if we saw some maybe hot drops for vehicles. And
oh god,
sure, why not? Let's go south. It's not. I don't know, man. I don't think it's going military, but you put a gun to my head and I couldn't tell you. You know?
Yeah, it's not confidently not going military, and that's the issue. I think a lot of teams are going to try and set up shop along the coast side like Dodge and Comets that we just saw dropping there. Rumblers here arriving in Yasnaya. They're the most eastern team, and so if they loot up quickly, they could be able to rotate down the south side, go around the Milta area, and try and control that potential entrance to Sosnovka. I say that they arrived. McCoy is out here on his lonesome. Couldn't tell you why. Perhaps he
they dropped
the
on
bus.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the Uber pickup, unfortunately. So he gets to kick rocks as he makes his way among those compounds. I'm interested actually to see what Duel decides to do. They dropped on the north part of Millie. They've still gotten vehicles. I'm interested to see if they go all the way to Milta before they start looting here. Because if that's the case, I mean, it's going to be a really late start for them. It looks like they've managed to pick up a couple of things here and there, but not looking too great.
I will get imagine that they'd be going Novo.
Well, I mean, Milta's in, right?
It is.
And I mean, they have a pretty good idea and understanding of the spots where Dodge loots, so I think they would understand that they have a pretty free passage on the bridge here. And
2-2.
You know, I don't know. I think I would go Milta. It looks like they are going to go Novo, though.
Ooh,
there you go.
Lose out once again, Poro. The Novo call ends up being correct.
Well, I mean, it's the Novo call is being correct, and that's what they're doing. I think they should have gone to Milta because I think this thing is cutting north.
No, it very likely is, but they have a lot more space to play around with right now. They're arriving at the location so late, they don't know what their fast loot time is going to be, and there's a likely chance, at least in the back of their heads, I assume, that a team who's feeling particularly frisky, such as the Sonics, who really love to leave Pachinki early, whether they have a red dot site for the M4 or not, could get over towards that area.
You know what I think might actually have a more influence on this decision from Duel is the gas cans dropping over there on military. Everybody knows that that's where gas cans drop. So maybe this could be Duel doing a little quick loot up of Novo and possibly going for a cheeky camp here on gas cans. We'll have to keep an eye down there just in case. But most teams already on the move, as you said. Sonics going to take the 2-2 split between the compounds in the East Pachinki Fields and the Pachinki Hills to the south. Now, they do have Veritas on Potato Mountain just off to their east, but so far, so good, it seems.
You might be right about the dual gas cans, because look at where Wooly is. You don't put yourself in a position with all the loot that's in Novo and even the crossroads to the west of it, south of the bridge. You don't go here if you're not looking to fight, I assume.
Maybe putting himself in a position where he can hear if vehicles come by.
Yeah, maybe.
And then maybe feed that information over to the rest of the boys and let them know that hey, the guys are coming.
That's an odd one. Either that or Duel are just saying, you know what, it might be a low chance of it swinging down towards Sosnovka, but if we get here first, oh man, if it swings this way, the investment, that our liquidation's gonna skyrocket. I don't know economic terms.
Yeah.
I'm not good at financials.
We call that gambling, and that is
Yep,
definitely a big gamble on the part of
all
Duelist. They're
in.
thinking that, yeah,
So you have four.
exactly,
You have 14 in blackjack. All in.
exactly. Well, they'll just be chilling for right now. But hey, yeah, if it does cut south, I mean, they'll be sitting pretty nice. Meanwhile, looks like Dodge, after looting up their farm split, just making their way off to the east. They're gonna take the hills just to the north of Comets. Now, Yaxley might have to be a little bit careful for Comets as he's all by himself in that compound. Checking in with the boys from STK. They have started to push in, although they are getting real close here to SDR and PDS. SDR actually looks like they were half interested in making a rotation, but STK pushing up right at the same time. Luke 12 has gone to the compound. Kurt, as you can see, just still driving around, waiting to see who shoots at him. But Luke is already on the wall there. Civ got left behind after PDS opened fire. And look at this, STK taking the fight already, Cameron. SDR is ready for it, though. 2-2 split. They were able to get back together in enough time to defend against this. Now, Uncivil has hopped in his vehicle. He's going to come and rejoin STK to turn this into a full 4v4. Or is he? Where is he going?
I don't know. You can tell SCK were completely caught off in their own rotation. And as you mentioned, though, Rarity able to get all back into the compound, but not back in time to stop SCK from not only invading the northern houses, which is hard to defend to begin with, but Alo getting up close with this red building. That's the big threat there. Purdy swinging onto the side, trying to find a secondary angle to team up with Civ. This could be a good crossfire setup, and Rarity aren't able to really do anything about it at the moment.
Oh, this is beautiful stuff coming out from STK. Now, Innate does have that 4X M24 he's working with, so Civ going to have to be careful with how he peeks this. Kurt, though, meanwhile, I mean, he went way off. So they've got multiple angles onto this. And SDR completely surrounded. There you go. Kurt going to open up with the first down onto Innate. And he's going to get the flush as well. Look at this, man. STK is just so damn good.
Rarity don't really seem to have any tools to try and counter this out, though. A good shot from Deadeye to knock Halo, but there it is. The response from STK is there. Purdy also gets knocked. That is from the Sonics way on the south. So that's the downside for them trying to find this flank. It is a battle royale, remember. There's multiple teams involved, but Luke with another great spray onto Rarity. They might have lost Purdy. Halo is bleeding out on the side, which means that the timing is not in their favor to finish this out. So Luke's going incredibly aggressive, but does he expect Shrew spraying through the smoke?
Civ has come up to provide some support. Oh, Acro, a couple of good shots into him there. Civ going to try to, I think Luke going to try to go for the res right here. And look at this PDS now coming in from the north side to third party onto this. So SGK, while things were looking good at the beginning, maybe taking a little bit too long in this circle. New circle has popped, and this is all going on outside of it as well. So Alo does get flushed out. You can see kind of what we're looking at here. Sonics had vision over the top of this. That's how they were able to get Kurt. PDS, meanwhile, looks like they're not interested. They're going to pull away. As STK still making their way around this compound, trying to find the angles. SDR managing to keep 3 up. Oh no, he didn't see the molly. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. It burns. It burns.
A good reposition either way. But as you mentioned, Sonics and PDS, they don't want to stick around, but these two teams are locked in on Civil. Ooh, well, he's not locked in with them. They're locked in with him. Able to find a good headshot. The molly just barely doesn't make its way through the window. Means an opportunity for a revive. But if STK can isolate Acro,
that's what they're doing.
Interesting run by Luke. Trying to be unexpected, but it's a double peek, and he goes down. It's now a 2 versus 2. Now that Subtle has been picked up. Deadeye trying to find an angle.
I mean, perfectly timed push there by SDK on the solo, man. They knew they had him pinned out. They allowed the res to come through just so they could go ahead and take out that one solo player in Acro. Subtle gets taken low. He's got time to heal here. Luke going to hold the wall. Deadeye, meanwhile, just going to listen for footsteps for the time being. All of this, again, going on outside of circle. Pros don't snake, have the Pachinki Hills, and they're just kind of waiting for somebody to peek their head. And Deadeye needs to be careful here because they could spot him out.
Luckily for both these squads, they see there's another team that gets eliminated. They don't see the announcement, but let's hope that they're tracking the kill feed. Clue this out in 16th place. They're not going to be going home first, which is always the most embarrassing thing. Still a 2 versus 2. No one particularly favored outside of the pressure from PDS. Surprised there's not a peek from the high ground there. Maybe he's expecting the fact that there's 2 members of SDK holding it, but they're going to have to move eventually. Deadeye wrapping around from the outside, trying to take an angle on the wall. Spots one, gets a little bit of damage, but can't find the knock. But he's going to push forward off of that.
That's perfect. Exactly what he needs to do. He's going to reposition once again, going to take the shots again, get Civ low again. And now look at this. He's going to drop out on top of the building. Luke has repositioned, but Subtle and Deadeye versus Luke and Civ is a grand battle of 4 extremely talented duelists. Civ, no! He thought he had him blinded, but the blind went away just as Subtle was able to do the peeking. Now Luke has the high ground. He has the attic. We'll see how Rarity decides to deal with this.
Whoop, spots one. Quick on the trigger finger, gives his position away. But they're looting up his teammate's body. Now he's just hiding in a closet. Not much to do at this position other than try and rat out as much as he can. Popping some more pain meds. Meds for both these squads are quite weak right now. In PDS, you can tell that they want these kills. It's a couple of points, but it's still points that they desperately need. But the circle's going to shift away from them once again. Sorry to spoil it.
Oh, the bait. They absolutely bait. Oh my God! Don't bait Luke 12. He's just going to kill you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, come on, Subtle. With the AK versus barrel. He gets him low. Luke gonna go for the heal. Subtle realizes it, but he gets there a little bit too late. Playing the wall. Good flashbang. Luke, oh my God, how close is it? Mutually assured destruction in the end. But what an absolute masterclass in 2v2 play there from the duo from San Diego Rarity and Shoot to Kill.
Lost 3 teams, Clueless, and then those 2 that we saw, the slow bleed out, and now we can bring our attention back to the rest of the circle. It is going to be the main island, not Sosnovka, but there's a lot of water in play. And this is an area of the map that I've become quite familiar with as of late. It is incredibly difficult to play around, assuming you even get inside, because Sonics don't want to let Pros Zone snake a time to repeat previous game performances. Ooh. That one actually landed in the chest. It wasn't a headshot, but still the damage was there.
Through the back of the seat. Through the Tweety Bird seat cushion. As mine finishes off Dirty Zen. Pros Don't Snake ran into a brick wall in Sonics that they did not want to have to deal with. And it's also fun, Cameron, that we have cut back over to the Esports B server with the update, and you can see Comets now playing that coastal compound. We'll see how that plays out as ATC once again trying to go a little bit deeper than they ever should have. Why they thought that they could drive through the middle of this is beyond me, Cam.
The problem is that there aren't that many other places to play. They're running out of options. I know it seems weird being phase 3 to say that, but that's why I said this area of the map is so hard to play around. They're able to find a couple of dips here, but are these survivable?
I mean, they're coming from Death Road. Like, they just drove literally right through the middle of the compound. Like, did they not think that they were going to get lit up? Like, that's a really, really weird decision on transitioning there. I mean, you could easily just kind of circle around the western side there. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they saw something different or just had bad information, but they end up paying the price. Aguila, the last one up. T8, meanwhile, going to be wrapping around while Gas Cans, again, just has a really wide split here. We'll see if they can capitalize off of it. Oldless, maybe a little bit out on an island, but Vox is going to quickly come and provide some support.
This is a weird 2-2 split from the gas cans, but they're going to play aggressive on it either way, advantage or not. I say that actually, I thought Oldus was running forward, but now he's running back because I think another team got an angle onto him. And that might clue Tactical 8 into something being wrong. There is an invader in there. Mitz, yep, Liam with the angle as well. So Oldus does get discovered before he can do really any damage at all. The circle's going to hard shift towards the northeast, away from water as expected. Veritas and Rumblers are laughing all the way to the bank.
Oh man, Sonics is on the hunt right now. They are not letting pros don't snake live here. Tiggleton coming in from behind. That's a decent Molotov there from Sociopath. Gonna force H-Win down there, but he's gonna find the grenade. And then Tiggleton's just gonna clean it up with the M4. One of the few players left that are die-hard M4 mini players, if you talk to Tig. And you know, one of the reasons at least I've been led to believe, one of the reasons he prefers to do it is so that he can afford to hold on to more utility.
Yeah, lighter ammo.
Gives a little, yeah, lighter ammo there. T8 going to try to continue their transition. They run past S1, and they pay the price. They're going to lose William. We'll see if they lose anybody else here. Aguila does get spotted out by a Greg shot. Lush is going to go down and get picked apart. And Zealot, no, that was a little too early, buddy. Just presses F just a second too early. Now Steezy is left to figure out what to do.
There's not much you can do here. Where can you play? You could look where he is looking. There's nowhere to go. Makes it inside with the help of his fallen teammates' Jeep. But Fabled, as you mentioned, Death Road, they have spread out now that ATC is gone, and they are using the high ground and all the angles that they can find to put pressure on opposing teams. Because they know that there is a high chance they're going to have to leave eventually. They're going to want to open the door as much as they can.
Some interesting spread of teams. Like this is kind of the first circle I've seen with the new compound down to the south, and look how much, I mean, you've got Comets and Sonics that are fighting over it right now, which has kind of led the middle of this circle, which used to be extremely crowded in those compounds where Veritas and Rumblers are. Now it looks like it's spread out a little bit, so this compound already kind of having an impact on how these late games play out in these circles. We'll see how Sonics decides to push in. Comets is 4 strong, and they are ready to hold this. But I've been waiting to see a fight here, Cam.
Yeah, you say hold. They're actually on the attack. These are going to be the ones to push in through Comets and then Dodge. I don't think Dodge have a great angle to third party this engagement, so it could be an isolated 4 versus 4. Mime going on the aggressive. Both teams trying to take the rocks onto the high ground. Later, here's a footstep, but Mime hears the shot, and he's going to go and take it free as they come.
It's up over the top. It doesn't look to the low ground. Vegas will find one. Tiggleton will be right behind him. Try to provide a little bit of support, but Mime is slowly bleeding out. Vegas hiding in the cloud. Who's going to spot him out? H-Win gets very low. Vegas just spraying the shots. Going to find him, though, but not before Yaxley gets taken out and flushed. As Tiggleton now the last one up, and I believe it's a 1v1 with him in Vegas, and he's going to win over the top. Actually, there's one more still up. For Comets, I believe it's Monty. But, oh, the long-range shot's now starting to come in.
Flat. Squeeze, tuck that tummy in, get as low to the ground as possible. But Tiggleton, as you mentioned, he knows there's one left, but he doesn't want to let them get the revive off. Monty calls it, but the flick from Tiggleton just deletes the Comets from the server. They're incredibly damaged themselves. Only Tiggleton remains, and the circle pulls away from them. But still, 9 points. It's another solid enough game, you have to say, for the Sonics.
Monty's reporting a bug right now. He doesn't understand why he went into a barrel versus M4 1v1 and lost. Tiggleton still on the M4, and he makes that thing sing. Duel finding themselves in a little bit of a precarious situation here. Fizzle actually got left behind here, and he's going to get a down and a flush, but Wooly will save them from any further trouble from him. But it's not like he's in any better place. He's got a little bit of unwanted company underneath him. Does he not know that there's 2 down?
He must, but there's not much you can do from this
I don't
position.
think
You
he
can't even really
does.
drop nades reliably just because the way that this building blooms out at the top. But here comes, oh, the fact that Sherry is not tossing a bunch of grenades in this angle. There's a lot of smokes, to be fair. Okay, yeah, so he's looking back there. That was just a quick smoke behind him to stop any potential backfilling.
Some shots being taken on this by Fabled as well. Veritas also trying to see if they can find any angle onto this. Gas also looks like they're getting interested from the south side. Wooly finally coming down. Jay all day down to about 1 HP. Is Detonator considering going for the for Rez here, but not before the flashbang comes through. Wooly, here's the footsteps. I think he lost him though in the smoke. Wooly in a very precarious position here as a solo, and yeah, he's going to go ahead and just hop back up here and wait for some support from his teammates, and support he gets. Linksy with the big grenade. Jay all day now, the last one up. And Wooly, yep, now's the time to come down. And he finds him. He gets the flush. Clean as you like from Duel. S1 gets taken out.
Ooh, and now it's the final okay, couldn't even ramp that one up because Fable sent it all the way in. Yes. Rip does get knocked by Veritas, so you can tell that it's not the safest position, even if Fable would make their way over here, leading out. But the angle that Veritas have, once again, super oppressive. And I think compared to the previous game, they're going to be able to squeeze a lot more out of it, partly because it's dead center, partly because they get a huge portion of that shift. Okay. Like, guys, look to your west. Look to your west, please. Don't focus so much on Fabled. There's Illusion. Here they come.
What?
Oh,
Veritas
okay,
killed all of Fabled with the vehicle explosion. That feels super bad, man. Meanwhile, Liberate Liberate is able to make their way in, hard crashing into the compound. They take some damage, but they get everybody in here nonetheless. Look at that US. That's like modern art right there. Put it in the MoMA. As we see Veritas still holding down their position. Rumblers still looking off to the south. Taking shots at Dodge as gas cans started to get involved with Duel, who is still 3 deep in the Wizard Tower. Kind of pinned down. Dodge, meanwhile, they have a little bit of a ridge line to work with, but they've got to move, Cam.
Yeah, already a bunch of smokes deployed. They weren't able to push all the way into the circle because of how, well, dangerous it would be, really. So they're getting an inch closer, maybe taking a fight against the gas cans. But whoever wins this, actually, I say this, it's the trifecta between Duel, gas cans, and Dodge. They're not getting much further in this game, I'm sorry to say. Unless they could somehow bomb all the way into S compound without getting deleted by the 3 teams that are currently inside. But hey, Dodge, they're going to go for it. Let's see how far they can get. Can they find some cover, maybe?
It's a decent smoke wall. It's going to keep them alive for the time being. At least let them avoid shots from Rumblers. But now they are in prime throwables distance from gas cans. But how many throwables do gas cans even have left, as they've been spending them trying to get the downs onto Duels? And judging from this, it looks like not a lot. But Dodge has them in the pocket. Lampalot going to find the initial down onto Honey Badger. Another one going to come in, try to get the flush. They get it. Voxic will pull it up. He's got 1 frag in the pocket. Lampalot has gone down to his own freaking Molotov. Finna will go down to the grenade from Voxic. And look at this, Gaxi and McCoy cleaning up on the backside here for Rumblers. As Duel now leaves their compound, they want to get involved as well.
They want out. They're like a news anchor production team in the middle of chaos. They're yelling, "Find me the angle, give me the angle so I can take these guys out." The rushing forward flashes come in, and the spray as well.
Let them put your Duel emotes in the chat, because Duel is on fire today. 3 up still. They've got a win to their name on Miramar. They've got 7 kills, and they've got the southwestern side, or southeastern side rather. And look at that, they're going to get the circle as well. Let's see if the Duel boys can clutch this one out. It's not going to be easy. Veritas still 4 strong. Illusion with 3 Rumblers as well.
This is the one shift that would give Duel a chance to actually win this game. But as you mentioned, there's a lot of teams that are going to be contesting them. Illusion need to go big onto Rumblers, because elsewise, Rumblers are going to swing up just like McCoy is doing right now. This could be the wrench in the plans of Duel, and it's being completely unpunished, and it's also a silent pull-up.
They heard it.
Potentially did they? Okay.
Yeah, they know. They know. And there you go. Well, he's going to spot him out. He's going to get the first few shots in, but not enough to get that down. McCoy will have the crate to hide behind. And how about that? Go and get you some level 3 gear to go on top of it. Wooly going to pull off with Cherry. Linksy was holding down Keenan from the backside. Meanwhile, all of the Rumblers now have made it over here. They've got vehicles, the potential that they could still construct a little bit of a fort, a little bit of cover on that southern side, but everything's so close, and I don't know how much utility, throwable utility, damage utility Duel has left in the tank. You got to imagine that Rumblers probably has a good stack, though.
Yeah, an illusion over here, letting Rumblers go away. The upside to that is now they can focus on Veritas without being sandwiched essentially between two full squads. Now they can focus entirely in. Unfortunately, Veritas have a big wide spread that you can see. Crossfires galore. It's a full gatekeeping position for them. Grenade comes out. It's prepped. I don't think that one's going to find its mark.
Veritas been having a heck of a day for themselves already as well. Let's see if they can put the exclamation point on it today with a second win, as they have a nice line to hold Illusion out. Illusion not willing to give up just yet. The smoke walls are out. Me please, we'll try to get up onto the wall. If they can get to this wall, they might be able to make something happen, but Michael gonna find Light Show. Right off the bat, here comes the return flashbangs to try to keep them alive for a little bit longer. And oh, Top Dog gets spotted by Gaxi as Rumblers providing some support. Free me please, the last one up. He's got some cover, he's got some smokes. And it looks like Veritas are actually going to go ahead and leave him and focus on getting into this new circle.
Well, they don't want to overextend and walk into the
Gaxi.
line of fire that the Rumblers had on them. He is finally discovered. Illusion do finally go out, looking at the top 3 teams right now. Once again, so many times, how many times have we seen this today? Surviving teams in the late game have at least 3, if not 4 players. But Veritas, not only do they have the man advantage, they also have the control advantage. I say that Waldo is doing his best to just send it in. Puts a little car fort here. Here's the vehicle roll away from Michael. Might have a good angle, sprays the shots, lands a headshot, but doesn't get the knock.
Please tell me McCoy is rocking a VSS right now. A VSS Groza and a Gilly, just to add a little sugar on top. Waldo goes down to D-Treats. We'll see if VTS tries to make a move on this. We've had 4 games today, 4 different winners, but all 3 of these teams have already won a game today. So we're going to have a 2-game winner here regardless of what happens. Who is it going to be?
Didn't even put that together.
I know. How often does that happen?
It's all quiet right now, though, because even though Veritas got that knock against Waldo, they were on the low ground, and there was an uncomfortable push if they wanted to continue to send it. And so everyone at the moment is just waiting for the circle to start closing in. Keenan here on the back line, on the flank, trying to spot something over, and doesn't spot Duel necessarily, but he definitely feels their wrath as he takes a shot to the shoulder. There it is. Circle's going to center up, as it always does, and no one is any close towards taking control.
The roughest part about this is so much utility has already been used by these teams. We'll see how much they have left in the bag. Rumblers, as I said, probably one of the teams with a little more. Duel, I don't know. It's going to be, I mean, they got in a lot of fights over there. Let's see how much they were able to collect. McCoy going to get taken half health by Wooly right off the bat. Gaxi with a Groza as well, and he's going to get taken down by Wooly. Rumblers rocking double Groza VSS, because why the heck not? It's not working out for him right now as Rumblers will taken down by Waldo. Michael will get him with a grenade. McCoy gonna hard push this with the Groza. He wants it. He's gonna flush the kill. He's gonna find another one. He's gonna get 6 HP left from McCoy as he runs through Duel Jewel. Cherry still alive for right now. He's gonna get taken out though, and I believe this might be VTS securing the victory as Cherry will find one. Can he find any more? No, he cannot. Veritas, 12 kills and a second win on the day.